Happy New Year, my lovely Pisces. This is your January 2025 reading and also a general reading for 2025. So, I want to say I hope you had a good Christmas, and if you don't celebrate Christmas, I just hope you had a good break. So, I've done a general pull of my cards. However, I have been asked to use The Soul's Journey by James Van Praagh. I'm also going to use Raise Your Vibration Oracle by Kyle Gray. These have been bought for me, so thank you. And I'm going to use Spirit Junkie by Gabriella Bernstein. And I'm also going to use Shadow and Light Oracle by Selena Moon. And then I am going to clarify with the ones from the bottom of the deck. So, as always, I use crystals. So, for my lovely Pisces, I have got the pink rose quartz, which is the heart chakra. And so that's January. And then for 2025, I've got orange citrine, which is the solar plexus chakra. So it's saying that this area is blocked. So it's the heart chakra that is blocked. So the words I have been given for Pisces are expression, authenticity, and be yourself. Okay, so generally, overall for Pisces, your reading is asking you to be your true authentic self. They are saying that you've been masking your emotions, masking your feelings, masking who you truly are, and be your true self in relationships, because people like true authentic people. Sometimes, sorry, a little bit of a cough, because sometimes that's how you feel, like you can't be yourself, and sometimes they're telling me that you have this fear of not being accepted. And in January, this is more so than ever, because you've felt like this for quite a long time, that you have issues with, in January, actually expressing your emotions. They're actually saying it's a good time for you to indulge your creativity, and that allowing your heart to express itself through your creativity. So whilst the lovely rose quartz has come out, usually this is about love. For people, this is about love for yourself. Okay, they're actually also saying it's not a good time to make drastic changes to your appearance. You know, in January, we do all this making promises to ourselves to better ourselves or to stop habits that we've formed that are not good for us. So one of those might be that we're going to better our image, and they're saying it's not a good time, to change radically our image. They're also saying self-care and self-love. Now, this has come up quite a lot for quite a few of my astrological signs, because Pisceans, in general, are feeling burnt out. So overexertion through November and December, perhaps overindulgence in December for Christmas. And also, they're saying that some relationships are starting to show red flags. And if you're seeing these red flags, please take note of them. Not all relationships in the Piscean world are showing red flags, but there are certainly some, and they're asking you to take note of them. So that's generally January. So let's get into the reading. So the throat chakra has come out. Okay, so this again is about not speaking your truth, not being the true, authentic you. So this was actually December, and we did have the actual blue lapzulis. So this, I read from left to right. So this was the end of December. This, working this way, is actually January, end of January. So at the end of December, you weren't speaking your truth, okay, for fear of causing upset, anarchy. So you just kept quiet. Okay, and you're feeling like you're pulling the weight of the world uphill. Okay, so this is January, but you have a lot of love in your life. There's a lot of people who love you, and you are actually with the love of your life. Can you see the two hearts interlinking? So there's a lot of love for you. So you've just been feeling like you just can't express yourself to these people when you can. You actually can. So things are going to get better. Start moving through January. Can you see this has been you? This has been you, but this is now you. So this is round about the 2nd to the 3rd week of January, and this is why the heart chakras come out. There's a lot of pink in this reading. Okay, things are going to start to get happier as we're going towards the end of January, and you're gonna have to, towards the end of January, sort of like go a bit lone wolf, just so that you can start. This card is asking you to do some reflection on what you want, what you need, what your dreams are. Okay, and actually, because one of the words that I was giving you, they're inviting you to the sentences, they're inviting you to reflect on your emotional expression. Okay, how you feel about the past. They're asking you to reflect on the past, how it has made you feel. Okay, so that might be your childhood, that might be your relationship that you're in now, that might be your family. They're asking you to do some emotional reflection. And for a lot of people, this is really hard. It's really difficult because it brings up a lot of uncomfortable feelings. But, my lovely Pisceans, it is probably the nicest thing that you can do. And because they're asking you to do some emotional reflection, I'm just going to go to my inner child oracle and pull some cards from there and see if this is where they want you to go, whether they want you to reflect on your inner childhood. Well, on your childhood, and do some inner child work. Let's have a look. Okay, curiosity. They're asking you to be curious. I am delighted by discovery. Are you a curious person? Are you wondering what has made you or become how you are? Let's have a look here. Lucky bunny. Are you a lucky bunny? I create my reality. I create my reality. So look at what is happening in your life. Have you created that? Can you correct it? Do you need to correct it? Let's get one more. Feel there's one more. Self-love. Okay, I love myself exactly as I am. Okay, my Pisceans are very thoughtful, caring people. Okay, and it's not very often that I find a Piscean who is thoughtless and who acts in a thoughtless way. They need to do more self-love, self-care and self-practice. So let's get your last card. Okay, news of a baby. Now, don't go panicking if there isn't a baby on the horizon. For some of you, there is. It is just about good news. This is good news. So it might be, you might be getting news of a job, a wedding, a holiday, but it could also be news of a baby. Okay, so you might be celebrating the birth of a baby. Somebody might say there is a baby on the way. You might be expecting a baby. Okay, so that card is lovely. It's come out. Okay, I always like that card because it's always about good news. Okay, so let's clarify with The Soul's Journey by James Van Praagh and see what James has got to say to us. The cards are reaching out to you. Balance. I bring a state of perfect harmony into my world, and I do so without judgment. It's asking you not to judge people and to balance things. Do you have a good work-life balance? If not, perhaps you need to. Okay, so balance. Things about balance. Acceptance. I am learning to accept things that I cannot change. There are things in life we can control. There are things that we can't control. Okay, so it's about accepting that. Because sometimes we don't accept that, do we? Sometimes we try to control stuff that we just can't. Is there another card for? Oh, yeah, doubt. I release the need to know all the answers. Are you a person who tries to control it? We've just been talking about control, haven't we? Doubt. Do you need all the answers? Are you a person who has to have the answers? Or are you a person who lets things come out naturally without the need to control? Okay, so 2025, it's a year of high expense. So you're going to either need to put money aside or have money aside. But it's also a year of personal growth. So high expense and personal growth. Okay, so we've got the lovely orange citrine, which is the sacral chakra. So you've got to it's a year of stability. Okay, forgiveness brings freedom. Okay, so personal expense, personal growth, forgiveness. Is there somebody in your life who needs forgiving, or do you need forgiving? Is there somebody that needs sorry? Now, I have a saying that you can forgive and forget. So there are certain things that we can forgive for, but they're too bad that we can't forget. But there are other things that we can forgive for because they were minor and we just let them go. I lovingly accept myself. So this is going back to the true, authentic you. Why are you not being authentic? Ask yourself, why are you not being authentic? Is there a reason why you're not being authentic? So anyway, during the first half of this year, your personal growth and reputation, self-reputation, are going to grow. Okay, so it's the first half of the year. You're going to be working on yourself, your personal growth, your personal and your expenses are going to be quite expensive. You're going to find that in the first half of the year, your health is going to be niggly. You're going to find that this is very apt because January to June, your stress levels, minor illnesses, it's nothing major, but take the weight of the world off your shoulders. You work tirelessly. You are known for working tirelessly. So minor illnesses and stress are going to be troublesome. Okay, more colds, possibly flu, niggly things, ear infections, eye infections, things like that, because you take the weight of the world on your shoulders. So take it off your shoulders. This working, your work-life balance, your relationships struggle and suffer because of this work-life balance. So you need to look out February, March and August. These niggly illnesses are just going to be there if you don't get some work-life balance where you take self-care and self-love, especially self-care. You need to put in place a self-care regime, going to do exercise, drinking more water, going for walks, getting out in nature, drinking green tea, drinking lemon and ginger tea, taking your vitamins, going to the doctor, getting your checkups. Your relationships are going to suffer, especially in the first half of the year, if you don't take the weight of the world off your shoulders. And literally, if you do this in the second half of the year, your relationships are going to take on new meanings, and you're just going to have a better work-life balance, and your family and your friends will appreciate it more if you take heed of what is being said to you. There's also in the second half of the year some overseas opportunities coming up, so whether that's a holiday, whether that's working abroad, your good months are actually April, May and October. They're absolutely fabulous months for you. But you've got to bring together this emotional expression and this reflection on the past. Look at the past, and work out how it's impacted your life. Do this self-love. Self-love's come out in your inner child. You are a lucky person. Be curious. Do this creativity. You know, you're a creative person. Are you good at DIY? Is there a creative project that you want to do? Do you want to build something? Do you want to make something? Do you want to learn a new craft? Do you want to learn a new building trade? You know, the cards are reaching out to you. They're actually moving forward. They want to talk to you. I can forgive people quickly, release my resentment and set myself free. So when we hold on to resentment, is there a resentment that you're holding on to when somebody's done you a wrong? I'm just going to put that back there. I don't think I gave you a chance to read it. Is there something that you can't let go? Every time you meet up with somebody, is there something that comes up over and over and over again? Do you need to sit down and get a better relationship with somebody from the past? It's all coming up this year. I bring peace with me wherever I go. You're actually quite a calm person generally, but I think when you get together with this person and when you reflect on it, you actually you butt heads. So let's just go to these cards. Let's clarify. Opposing forces. There you go. Yeah, there's something in your family, in your friendships, at work, where you butt heads with somebody. You're an opposing force. Generally, this is what you like. You generally like the kingfisher. Quite calm, just going about your business, going getting your food, doing that. But when you meet up with this person, you butt heads. You're definitely with the person, if you're in a committed relationship, you're definitely with the person that you should be. If you're single, there's opportunities for love coming up this year. There's loyalty within you. You're a very loyal person. There's loyalty within your relationships. You definitely have been coming out of the dark cave. You've come out of a dark period. You've left the dark period behind and you're coming out now into the light. There's a mother figure around you. I'm not saying it's a mum. It could be an auntie. It could be a grandma. It could be a friend who's like a mother figure. And this is you, very nurturing. You need to be like the dolphin. Good communication, better communication is needed. You're doing better communication. You're actually getting better at it. You're making small steps. Moving forward. Okay. This has been you. In the crowd, masking. Can you see the person with the green? Just ignore the fact that the female, it's gender fluid. Okay. You're needing to do some healing around this mother figure. Okay, that's where I suspect the reflection from the past comes. Or it's paternal. It is actually paternal. When I say paternal, I mean maternal or paternal. It's around parents. You need to do some healing. But at the end of the day, this is the best card in the pack. This is where you're going to be. If you do this reflection over 2025, do some inner child healing, do some past healing. They've just asked me to get the past life cards because we've been talking about the past. Let's have a see what the cards throw up. The past life cards. I love readings like this, where we do looking where healing is. That's what this is all about. Where we're moving forward and where healing is. Please can I have a card for my lovely Pisces. Sorry, excuse me. There we go. Persecution and inquisition. You feel like you've been persecuted and there's been an inquisition about your life. And I suspect there has. You know, with this person who you butt heads, I think there has. And it's possibly round your spouse. Those were not the card. Let's have a look. One more card, please. Oh, 2. Transportation. You've done a lot of travel in your life, haven't you, as well? Or it's about travel. And finally, forgiveness. There's forgiveness needed. Okay, so I think you feel like, oh, you've done a lot of persecuting and inquisition. Yeah? And it's around your spouse. And you've done a lot of travelling, either with this person or the person you butt heads with, and it's about forgiveness. Okay, so that's very specific to certain Capricorns. I didn't mean Capricorns, I meant Pisceans. I do apologise there. Shows I'm not perfect. Okay, so this is your reading for January. So let's just recap. You're being asked to be more authentic and to look into your, do a bit of reflection about your past. Okay, to be able to express your emotions better. Okay. It's not a good time to make major changes to your appearance, even if we do these New Year's resolutions to be better or, do better habits. You're feeling burnt out, and that's probably a residue from November and December. So lots of self-care. And there, for some Pisceans, there are some relationships that are starting to show some red flags, not for all of you. If you're in a committed relationship, then the likelihood is you're in the right relationship. But for some Pisceans who have just started relationships, there are red flags showing. For 2025, it's a year of high expense, but there is a lot of personal growth for you. During the first half of the year, tiredness and fatigue are definitely going to rear their ugly heads, and you are asked to take the weight of the world off your shoulders. And in February, March and August, you're asked to look after yourselves, because stress, eye issues, minor health issues might arise, colds, flu. Just take care of yourselves. Relationships will take on new meanings, and bring you closer if you're in committed relationships. April, May and October are your really good months. So I'm really, really looking forward to doing your February reading. So take care, sending you lots of love, lots of healing, and I will see you in February. Bye-bye.